Dak, David Moore, Dallas Morning News. Just what did you say to the team going in on that final drive, and where does that rank as far as you being able to execute something in that situation?
Yeah, I told them we're going to go win this game. Honestly, I said it after the interception. Just having faith and trust in the defense, knowing that those guys are going to go out there and make a play. And then once they did that, us having the opportunity, told them one play at a time, heighten the focus, and that's something that I'm always remind the guys. But just hey, we're going to win this game. Don't blink, and none of those guys did. You could tell in their eyes they believed it. A couple of them said it themselves. And yeah, it was a great one. I mean, obviously it's the NFL. It's a tough game. Didn't play our best by any means, and we had an opportunity right there, 2 minutes left, and went and got it done. And at the end of the day, that's all it's about is capturing wins, and we're able to get this one.
Dak, Jory Epstein, Yahoo Sports. On that same note, I think Dalton said Zach came into the huddle with a smile, and you said something like, "I love that energy, Zach." Can you take us through that moment going into the last drive and just what the energy of the guys were?
Yeah, Zach was smiling, yeah, and I just walked, yeah. You got to love it. You got to love these moments. You got to love being in that position. If you don't, you shouldn't be there. You shouldn't be in that huddle. Damn sure not with the guys that we have and the culture and the things that we're building and we're trying to accomplish. But, yeah, I mean, Zach was smiling. I was excited. We're always excited. Who cares what's happened these last 58 minutes of this game? We've got 2 minutes to go get a win and erase everything that's happened before this in a sense. And it took everybody to do their individual jobs, heighten their focus, as I said. And that's what we're able to do, and it was a great finish.
Were the Texans defending y'all differently than teams prior, or what do you think was going on with some of the deflected passes?
I think that's just part of what they want, part of what they're trying to do. I mean, playing soft zones, making you throw in tight windows. Guys know that, so that they're more heads up to jump, try to get hands on the ball, and that's their whole deal is getting turnovers. And obviously, we gave them a couple, made it hard for us. I made it hard for the team and giving them a couple. But yeah, when you're able to go 2 minutes right there, something that we practice a couple times a week, and everybody focus and understanding that's what we're going to go do and what we need to do to go win this game. Yeah, it's the NFL. It's the NFL. I mean, after the game, they asked me about taking the cheese, and I said, hey, man, it's the NFL. Give this team credit. One loss or not, those guys that came out there and they played hard. They played hard all 4 quarters, and yeah, we were just able to give our best in the last 2 minutes and finish it.
What were they doing, though, in the first 58? I mean, Mike and Jerry said they were showing you coverage and doing things they hadn't done before, Joe hadn't seen before, and Mike said that it's something other teams may copy.
Yeah, for sure. A little bit of we know that they had a decent disguise and coming into the game, but however, they're going to get to a couple of coverages. I feel like they added a couple more tonight. And just, yeah, when you do that and against and you haven't shown that on film, gives you a heads up there. So whether it be the play calling that maybe wasn't the best at the time, my reads were half a bit slower because they disguised it well and got to some that they haven't been in. But for us, it's about understanding that, yeah, we may get that more, as Coach said, and just understanding that we've got to execute. Or sometimes we got to not try to fit the ball in tight windows and create those tip passes and too many balls up in the air, and that's what they want. So I just can't give them that opportunity.
On the second interception, in the fourth quarter, and are you starting to worry about the interceptions? First time in your career you've had 9 interceptions in your first 9 games.
9 for 9?
9 for 8.
Yeah, I'm damn sure not a fan of that. I think y'all guys know that. It's frustrating. It's very, very frustrating. If you go back and all of them, yeah, some were miscommunication in the past games. Tonight, first one, tried to fit it in too tight of a window. I don't even know if Noah necessarily saw it, you know what I mean? Guy tried to get a hand on it, ball pops up in the air. The second one, my arm got hit. Yeah, unfortunate on some of them, but we've got to find a way. I've got to find a way to take better care of the ball. But yeah, damn right, it's frustrating. No, it's not something that I've ever been okay with and never will be okay with. But I'm not going to not be aggressive, as I said. I've worked too hard. This team's worked too hard, created too great of a chemistry for me to not be aggressive and to not try to make the throws that I know I can make, but damn sure I've got to be smarter and just weigh the risk versus the reward in a split second. And that's just part of my preparation and something that I promise I'll clean up.
Yeah, Michael.
Michael Gelkin, Dallas Morning News. What did JP's presence mean at right tackle on that final drive?
Yeah, it was awesome. A guy that comes in, hadn't played right tackle since '05, but a veteran and a gold jacket veteran. So you have no worries when he comes in and wherever he has to fill in and do his job, you know that his expectations and his standards are to the highest, and he's going to go and give it his all. And that's all you can ask for a guy like that. And he's just contributed so much to this team just in his presence throughout the locker room and the games that he's come in and played. The series that he's come in and he's played, we scored on majority of those. And obviously coming in right there and right tackle in that final drive did exactly what he needed to do to give me some time, allow us to take some opportunities down the field. And just credit to that guy. Hell of a player, hell of a tackle, right or left. Thankful to have him on our team, especially in this situation.
Dak, Patrick Walker, DallasCowboys.com. He gets overlooked often because of. Sorry. You're fine, Dak. He gets overlooked often because of what CeeDee Lamb and Michael Gallup are able to do on the field. Talk a little bit about Noah Brown, the 51-yard reception, the 18-yard reception on that game-winning drive. What does he mean to this team?
Yeah, Noah's. When you talk about Zeke, a guy that just is physical, and as we said, he's the epitome of what this offense and this team means. Noah Brown's the exact same way. A guy that's been here 6 years now. And has done everything that you've asked him to do early in his career. He was more of a blocking guy. You'd bring him in, and he'd get in the fullback. He'd get as an extra tight end. He'd make plays. Took care of himself and got his body in a position for him to be a every down receiver. And obviously, it's just showing up more and more each and every week. And just so proud of the guy. Obviously, I've got a lot of confidence in him when the defender has his back and he's got a lead. I'm trying to throw it downfield. Probably need to wound my arm up a little bit more and get it out there. But when you give that guy an opportunity, he's going to make the play. And then that catch, that corner route right there and the 2-minute drive was another big one. Just hands grab, great route, trust that he's going to be there and he's going to do his job. And that's who Noah Brown is. And the more guys on our team that can follow him, we'll continue to create this winning culture and get to where we're trying to get.
Dak, Chris Arnold, 105.3 The Fan. A lot of people call that a gut check victory. How bad do you want a victory? Can you describe the last play, the handoff to Zeke, and what that meant for him and you, and considering it was stuffed earlier in the game with that y'all's bread and butter play?
Yeah, I just said that Zeke's the epitome of this team. And right there on that play, I told the offensive line, hey, I'm giving this to Zeke. No ifs, ands, and buts about it. Y'all come off the ball. If there's one guy left over, don't chase it. Zeke will handle him. And maybe some other words, but let's go finish this game off. And that's exactly what those guys did. And just credit to Zeke, credit to that offensive line, credit to the team, not blinking, staying focused, and yeah, just coming out with this one at the end.
Dak, Todd Archer, the ESPN. How you guys won this game be as influential as how you beat Minnesota?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, when you win a game like this, late in the game. Obviously down, turn the ball over. These guys have the ball within the 5-yard line with 3 minutes or so, something like that left, with a chance for them to go up 10, and our defense goes on a goal line stance. We get the ball back on the 2-yard line and able to put a drive together. I think this is more this will serve us more than I think the Minnesota game or even the way that we finished last game when it comes down to it, because we're going to play some tough games as we get going. You got to play games like one-score games here in the back end against our division, whether it be the playoffs, and just for us to have that confidence and trust in one another and continue to tighten our bond is something that we're going to need. So, yeah, in a sense, we needed this game, and that was for Mickey's 70th birthday, if y'all guys didn't know that. So that's why, we weren't going to allow this to be a sad one for him. So, yeah, happy birthday, Mick.
How important was that, the first chunk play there to Dalton on first down, and in those drives to get a play like that early?
Yeah, it's huge. Obviously, you're backed up. Your back's close to your own end zone. Weren't able to do that the drive before. Actually turned the ball over and should have turned it over in back-to-back plays. And then, yeah, just to create some space, now we can get into our offense. Don't have to necessarily be conservative or worry about pressure or anything like that. And at that point, yeah, we got back to the things that we've practiced, as I said, twice a week, and if not more. And that's our plays. That's who we are, being comfortable with one another, communicating all the way throughout the board, and guys stepped up, made some huge catches. As I said, Noah Schultz down there near the end zone on a play that wasn't made necessarily earlier, and just showing our connection, our trust in one another as an offense. JP stepping in at right tackle. A lot of things on that drive came to fruition that we weren't our best in earlier in that game. So that was huge for the culture of this team, and a big step in where we're going.
Elwin Henderson, Gilmer Mirror. Dak, talk about how the defense never blinked, facing two different quarterbacks rotating, which is something they hadn't done all season long.
Yeah, the defense is special, and just understanding that, as you just said, those guys got into a two-quarterback rotation with Driscoll. A guy in my draft class, knowing how athletic and how fast and how talented he is, and the problems that was going to serve our defense. But those guys not blinking, being able to communicate, being able to stay focused and trust one another, whether it be the running quarterback, the passing quarterback, and then getting down there and making a goal line stance. They're resilient as hell, and it's a special defense. I go against them week in and week out, obviously, and that 2-minute drive we put together at the end, you can credit our defense just as much because that's the group that we go against during the week, and they make it hard for us, and there's a lot of back and forth, and iron sharpens iron. So, thankful for that group on the other side.
Dak, Mike Leslie, WFA. This is 3 straight games now, Giants, Colts, and then today where you guys could maybe be accused of kind of playing with your food a little bit for 2-3 quarters, whatever. Each game you guys have obviously figured out a way in some form or fashion to win the football game. Yeah. But how do you clean that up to make sure that doesn't end up biting you at some point?
I mean, obviously we got to clean it up. We just got to try to be our best, keep our focus at a high level from the beginning to the end. But let's give these other teams credit. As I said, it's the NFL. Like, we don't care about records. They damn sure don't care about their records when they come in and they're trying to play us. Obviously, everybody wants to be the Cowboys, and they're damn sure trying to knock us off of what we've got going. So we get everybody's best shot, and we're thankful for that because that just is only making us better and better as we go. But, you got to give credit to these other teams. And at the end of the day, it's about finding a way to win, whether it be getting to the fourth quarter 2-point game and then stretching it to a 30-point win or whatever that was, or it be tonight where it took the last 2 minutes for us to go and get it done. I think that just more speaks on the resiliency and the connection of this team, offense, defense, special teams, and guys staying together, not blinking, having belief in one another. And as I told Scott, it was a faith check. It was a faith check. I mean, everybody on that sideline, everybody within this organization knew what we were capable of and knew we were going to go win that game. But, it was a check, and we obviously went out there and got it done.
Last two. You good? Michael?
You guys spent a lot of time on 2-minute in practice.
Yeah.
What do you think that does for moments like this where you have a good feel for not just the coverage that you're going to be seeing because you guys practiced a lot on that, but just overall just being in these sort of situations?
Yeah, I mean, just allows you to revert back to your preparation. And as I said, when you're going against our defense in those situations, guys that disguise the hell out of looks, guys that can play every coverage in the book and really good at it, as I said, it's iron and sharpening iron. Both sides are ready for those moments because we practice it. We practice situations ad nauseum, but that's something that we take a lot of pride in, and we all focus on the moments when we're in those moments at practice, and it results in wins when you do that. So I think that's a credit to the way that we're being coached and the way that our practice schedule has been set up, and it's credit to the guys focusing in on practice that when we're in these moments, we don't blink. We say this is what we do every Wednesday, every Thursday, every opportunity that we have to do this in 2 minutes, and went out there and executed. So that's all you can ask. Proud of the guys for that one.
Last one, Dave.
We asked you earlier in the week about the chance to get to 10 wins today, and it'll be the first time since you've been here, double-digit wins back-to-back. So it's just another indication that maybe for the first time since you've been here, you're building on the success of a previous year and kind of riding on the shoulders of that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we've got a great culture. And obviously we had a good, solid winning year last year, didn't get what we wanted to get done. And we're trying to take it to another level this year. And as I said, this locker room's full of a bunch of guys that aren't complacent, aren't damn sure aren't satisfied with just 10 wins, and doesn't mean that, like, hey, we've done something. Done something. Everybody in that locker room knows that we've got to get ready and buckle up again next week at noon against Jacksonville, and that's just part of it. It's part of the NFL, and they're not going to give us the win easy. So yeah, just credit to the culture that we have, the locker room, the coaches, as I said, the bond that they have, the connection from those guys to us and all the way throughout the building. It's special. It's a special group to be a part of, and yeah, just proud as hell to be a quarterback of this team.